With the dawn of the 1975 season came a feeling of sunny optimism at Shea Stadium, home of the New York Jets. The Jets had won their last 6 games in 1974, so the crisp bite of autumn was warmed by a blood rush of heady dreams. This would be the year the green and white crashed the party of contenders vying for the title in the highly competitive AFC East. The electric atmosphere at Shea made a Jets game the hottest ticket in town, an event that attracted blue collars, blue bloods, and even Emperor Hirohito of Japan. But the blush soon faded from the rosy dreams, and the hopes of September were cruelly crushed by the blustery winds of December. The harsh facts were these. The Jets won just 3 games and surrendered an astounding 433 points through 14 games. It was a dispiriting season of busted opportunities, broken plays, and Sundays as barren as a dust bowl. The collapse was so swift and totally unexpected that no one had time to stick their finger in the dike before the team drowned in defeat. The sores of such a season could only be mended by a restoration of the competitive fiber in the players and the faith of the fans. To that purpose, a patient search was launched to find the man who would lead the team out of a wilderness of defeat. The search ended at North Carolina State and Lou Holtz.
I came to the New York Jets primarily because I'm an individual who really enjoys a challenge, and I felt that the New York Jets certainly had one. I think that everybody wants to win. The question is, how bad do they want to win? I don't think that an athlete in college is any easier or more difficult to motivate than one in the pros. I don't know all the answers, and I'm not a genius. I only know that winning is the name of the game. When we get a group of young men that want to win, we will win, and not before then. There will never be any more pressure put on me than I put on myself. I just believe that you got to do certain things, and I can't not stand to be a failure in just about anything I do. And I don't classify myself as a great coach, a great teacher, a great motivator, but I do pride myself in the fact of being able to pick people with outstanding character that have the same goals and objectives that I have.
The trip from college football to the pros is a big step, but not one for which Lou Holtz is unprepared. Holtz is a teacher, a tactician, and the renaissance of the Jets will begin with the basics. Basic football requires blocking and tackling, 43 men working in harmony to ensure a fluid blend of offense, defense, and special teams. Holtz well knows that the special teams can key the end result of a game. A booming punt backed by blanket coverage sets the tempo for a team. The grunt work in the line, the timing between holder and kicker, spelled the difference between victory and defeat in the final seconds. A return man must have the heart for the game, the ability to run flat out, to burst through a tiny crease in the wedge, and often the courage to fly into the jaws of a collision. At 5'9", 175 pounds, Lou Picone, number 89, a former minor league player with the Youngstown Hard Hats, typifies the breed of player on the coverage teams. Men who run pell-mell and have an instinct for a loose football. With one coordinated effort, one synchronized movement, the special teams can turn defense into instant offense for the New York Jets. The first priority for Lou Holtz will be to solidify the defense, a unit that allowed 30 points every Sunday. One remedy is hard-hitting and gang tackling, surrounding, swarming, and rooting out the man with the ball. The core of an aggressive defense is the linebackers. Linebackers must be part defensive back and part lineman. The sum of these parts add up to the guts of the defense. Linebackers rely on keys, pursuit angles, and the knack of tracking down a play from goal line to goal line, sideline to sideline. Linebackers rely on tenacity, a trademark of Godwin Turk, yet another product of Southern University, a traditional pipeline to the pros. Number 56 lost his rookie year to injury, but in 1975, Turk sorted out his mistakes on the run. Blending improved technique with natural skills, Turk became a master at sifting through traffic and shutting down sweeps. When Jet linebackers like Turk wall off the outside and fill holes inside, the job of the down lineman is to dominate the line of scrimmage. The most consistent element in their defense is the front four, a firm base around which a championship unit can be built. Number 81, Richard Neal, blends size, strength, and great lateral pursuit. Number 76, Jim Bailey, came from Baltimore and added depth to the pass rush from the right side. The most consistent member of the front four was Ed Gallagher, number 85, an expert at finding the quickest route to the ball. Billy Newsome came to New York from New Orleans in exchange for the Jets' number 1 draft pick. At 6'5", 260 pounds, number 87 anchored the left side of the line and was a crushing force at the point of attack. You must hustle till the whistle blows is an old football maxim, and against the Colts, Newsome never gave up until he tracked down quarterback Burt Jones. The most imposing member of the front four is Carl Barcelauskas, a 6'6", 280-pound man mountain at tackle. With the recognition and honors gained his rookie year, came the frustration of double teaming and holding in his second. It was a mark of respect, but a harsh reality he learned to deal with. Called by many who opposed him the strongest player they ever faced, Vasilevskis is a pillar of concrete in the middle of the line. A football team can be a contender without a powerful offense, but it cannot be won without a dominating defense. If Lou Holtz's Jets can control the line of scrimmage, the path to the quarterback in the AFC East will be blazed. A revitalized pass rush will do wonders for the Jets' secondary, a unit that must provide improved coverage and become a lifeline that pulls together the defense. Men like Burgess Owens and Ed Taylor round out a defense which will complement the strategies Lou Holtz plans for the offense.
One thing I've never been able to understand about professional football is how a team that's losing just keeps trying to do the same thing time after time because perhaps the Dallas Cowboys or the Miami Dolphins or the Pittsburgh Steelers are doing it. If it causes us to run a shotgun or causes us to run the veer or put people in motion or whatever the case may be, we're going to do what gives us the best chance to win. And I think the only important thing in what you do offensively and defensively is it sound, is it simple, can your players execute it?
In 1975, the eyes were a bit sadder, and the mouth locked without a trace of a smile. But for over a decade, through good times and bad, Joe Namath has been the leader and the bulwark of the Jets' offense. Under his guidance, the Jets have historically maintained air superiority in the AFC. His right arm gives Lou Holtz the quick strike capability that provides touchdowns in clusters and salvos. But with or without Namath, the Jets' core of receivers remain the attack's vital strength, and as a unit, they are unmatched in pro football. In Castor, Barkham, Knight, and Bell, the Jets possess both depth and excellence. At 5'10", 160 pounds, Ed Bell is a water bug whose speed makes him an ideal target for the home run pass. Bell has the facility of snaking in and out of the nooks and crannies of his own defense, then turning it up deep. Unlike Bell, David Knight does not possess sprinter speed, but his technique is flawless, his patterns perfect, and his hands like flypaper. In number 83, Jerome Barkham, the Jets possess one of pro football's premier wide receivers. At 6'4", 212 pounds, Barkham has the speed to outrun the secondary. But his true value is in his ability to outmaneuver, outreach, outmuscle, and outfight defenders in a crowd. The corners of the end zone are the private domain of Barkham, and the elephant's graveyard for unlucky cornerbacks. Barkham's working partner inside is tight end Rich Castor, a player many consider the finest at his position in pro football. Nicknamed the Antelope for his flowing stride, number 88 provides the Jets with a perfect deterrent for multiple zone defenses. Most tight ends can get a team 10 yards on call, but few can convert that 10 yards into 40 yards, and fewer still can turn first downs into touchdowns. Although the rangy tight end consistently rated double coverage, he averaged almost 18 yards a catch, a figure most wide receivers would rightly envy. In Bell, Knight, Barkham, and Castor, the Jets can muster a game-breaking pass offense and a formidable ally to an improved running attack. The delicate balance between passing and running is dictated by the achievements of the offensive line. Petz, Woods, Mulligan, Rasmussen, and Hill must control the line of scrimmage for the runners. Once into the hole, strong backs like Steve Davis and Bob Gresham can bully a defense. Number 26, Carl Garrett, is an explosive runner, adept at turning the corner at full throttle or gearing down and scooting through a mass defense under control. Garrett rounds out his talents as a skilled pass receiver. But while he is sleek and racy like a go-kart, the man who stokes the offense is 225 pounds of demolition derby. His name, John Riggins. If there had been stop signs in his birthplace of Centralia, Kansas, a small town of 500 people, John Riggins would probably have run through them. Like Brown and Zonka, Riggins is a battering ram who challenges and punishes a defense. For him, the shortest distance between 6 points is a straight line, not cross-country.
The only thing I know is I'm not a magician or a miracle worker. I want to win as soon as we possibly can, but I think the one thing that's very, very important to me, along with winning as soon as we possibly can, is to put the program on a good firm foundation so that when we do reach a final plateau, that we stay there for years to come.
The future of the New York Jets is a bright one. The team Lou Holtz intends to construct is not one that ignites one year, then flames out the next. It must endure and contend year after year. To that end must come sacrifice, a total effort geared to winning. This means backing up solid hits with all-out hustle for loose balls. It means laying a body on another body at the goal line, sacrificing yourself to a pulling guard while making an individual play blend harmoniously with team play. In 1976, the Jets must pull together and make the team the star. It must employ individual skills in the context of a collective effort. With this will come consistency, respectability, and eventually the victories that will once again make the New York Jets contenders, not pretenders in the AFC East. '76 will usher in a new era for the New York Jets. There will be bold strategies and fresh new faces to blend with a nucleus of established talent. For Lou Holtz and the Jets, it will be first and goal.